Welcome back to Venture Onward. Today I plan to discuss why The Last Ronin is perfect for a TMNT game. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise has recently been on a natural upswing, from the persistent triumph of IDW's TMNT comics to the upcoming release of Netflix's animated Mutant Mayhem film. And now we learn another TMNT game is in the works, with a secret designer diving into an adaptation of the 2020 comic book series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. It could be the most promising announcement as of right now. The Last Ronin is excellent reference material for a game, mainly if the undertaking charges what drives other AAA labels to work so nicely. But if you're unknown with The Last Ronin, now is a perfect moment to crack down on the comic and why it may translate flawlessly to this new medium. The Last Ronin may best describe the TMNT franchise's response to Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. The initial comic is the first partnership between TMNT creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird in multiple years. The pair drew on new story plots they initially formed in the 1980s during the original outbreak of Turtle Mania. Like The Dark Knight Returns, The Last Ronin is placed on a futuristic planet far shoddier and more intimidating than most TMNT tales. In this world, all but one of the four turtles has been exterminated by opposing the Foot Clan, along with Master Splinter 2. Only one turtle stays to take the torch and complete the battle against Shredder's grandson, Oroku. I won't tarnish the identity of the titular Last Ronin here. That reveal is a significant part of the series' first issue, and I think the game will create a great deal out of showing which of the four characters endures this harrowing fate. The Last Ronin has hit a chord with TMNT lovers over the previous few years. The comic has motivated numerous TMNT action figures and a PVC statue from Diamond Select Toys. A follow-up comic, The Last Ronin: The Lost Years, is also in the works. The Lost Years is both a prequel and a sequel. It strives to serve in the numerous holes in Ronin's backstory, but it resumes where the original book goes off and presents a new generation of turtles. A large part of the draw with TMNT games is the chance to control your turtle of preference. In some cases, the gameplay distinctions are minor. Take the old-school arcade brawlers featured in TMNT, the Cowabunga collection, where each turtle varies only in comparative attack strength and the distance of their weapons. But some games, like 2016's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan, actually count into the distinctions between the turtles. Per character in that game has a particular ninjutsu technique and unique actions, and players can change between turtles at the intention. The Last Ronin is the odd man out in that respect. It is a game made with almost only one turtle, which removes any possibility of switching out characters and combat techniques. Nevertheless, the Ronin always has the full TMNT arsenal. He exerts Leonardo's katanas, Raphael's sais, Donatello's bow staff, and Michelangelo's nunchucks, making him a one-person army against the futuristic Foot Clan. April O'Neil is even alive in this future timeline, and she's bound by her daughter Casey, named after her late father, Casey Jones. Casey is a developing ninja who reads Master Splinter's texts for direction. While there's no signal whether she's in the game, Casey could likely evolve into a secondary playable character in the game. Casey could even be a semi-playable partner character who joins Ronin on his quest. According to Paramount's Doug Rosen, it's also not inconceivable that the additional three turtles could emerge as playable characters in the game via flashback series. That could be a convenient method of teaching players per new combat technique by having them bounce back to disperse a few minutes holding these lost turtles before they fulfilled their destiny battling Oroku. The TMNT franchise has a stable account of leaping to games, but a story is only sometimes a place where those games genuinely shine. Most TMNT games opt for the classic formula: Shredder is back, April is in danger, time to slaughter hundreds of foot soldiers, etc. Even the 2016 game, which was additionally more ambitious than most in terms of its content and gameplay, didn't risk far from the beaten track regarding its story. It is one place where The Last Ronin can stand out from the mass of TMNT games. Its narrative is far dimmer and more emotionally set than most. The franchise's usually upbeat, amusing style has been sapped away, escaping only the tale of a sole survivor desiring retribution for his slain father and brothers. Mind you, if The Last Ronin were dark for the sake of being dark, it could not be a novel worth acclimating to. We've witnessed many games about only protagonists carving a wide swath of devastation as they desire to right a horrible wrong. Fortunately, the series has an undercurrent of longing and positiveness that counteracts the harsh and gritty details. Ronin's character arc is slightly more concerning whether he reaches his destination than around remembering to desire again and discover causes to live. That arc we wish to catch plays out in the adaptation of the game. That's not to say the game can't rely upon the fatalistic twilight of the source material, as well. We'd adore seeing the cyberpunk Judge Dredd version of New York City obtained to three-dimensional life, giving The Last Ronin more of an open-world design than most TMNT games. The game could pull on the material presented in The Last Ronin, The Lost Years, examining the full range of Ronin's account and not only the pivotal circumstances chronicled in the initial comic. The more we see of those missing years between the deaths of the other turtles and Ronin's final battle with Hiruto, the more critical his expedition has become. There's even the option of creating most of the flashback series in the game, presuming it eventually goes that way. Halo 3 ODST initially places players in the shoes of a grunt nicknamed the Rookie, but the game often zips back in time and pivots to the perspectives of other associates of the ODST team. Maybe The Last Ronin could use a parallel process as it flickers back to the other turtles. These flashbacks could chronicle their final, condemned efforts against the Foot Clan, funneling the haunted, threatening tone of Halo Reach. The Last Ronin could borrow an occasional page from the Halo franchise here. The Last Ronin will be a significantly different chronicle from any Turtles game that has arrived before. This fiction is an excellent option for an enterprising, story-heavy action game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin can be bought in hardcover at Amazon. In another TMNT announcement, Netflix recently debuted the first trailer for the animated movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for listening. Until